Hey everybody, it's NC Bohunk 42 coming with you with a brand new figure review. It's been 5 or 6 years since my last upload. I kind of got out of reviewing for a while, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I'm going to start with this figure. So this is the Iron Man Mark III from the original Iron Man movie, part of the Infinity Saga line that has come out. And this is a neat figure because this is the first one that we get with the photoreal tech where the faceplate helmet's up and you actually get RDJ's likeness. The only one that we had before then was from the Age of Ultron figure, which was this one. If anybody remembers that one. And for the time, it was pretty good. But with the photoreal tech now, it blows it out the water. But you get a really nice packaging with this. The Art Deco on the side of the Infinity Saga. You get the original movie poster on the back. For those who want to read the back, there you have it. The other side, very, very nice packaging. And we'll crack this open and see what he's about. All right, so here's Iron Man out of the box. All of his accessories in front of him. He comes with the helmet. He comes with two pieces that will go on his right arm gauntlet. And I'll show you that here in a second. Each piece seems to be some sort of action that he obviously performed in the movie. I don't really remember what this was or what. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that was. I do remember this one. This is the two little rockets that he shot at that tank. So that one's actually pretty cool. You got the gold paint apps on there, so a lot of detail there. And then you get his little jazzy repulsor hands here with the open. So you can swap out his fists there. I really think this is a great representation of Robert Downey Jr. The photoreal tech it's really, really, gosh, it's so good. I mean, yeah, leaps and bounds from the way that sculpting used to be. But yeah, they actually did some. I don't know if the camera will show it, but you can see like just look at the sheen on the gold and on the red. You can see the kind of the flakes in there. So it just gives it just a really sharp appearance. I mean, great detail, and even like seeing like the little yellow right here in the rib cage, that's really cool. The arc reactor actually has a little bit of a kind of like it's like they did a little bit of a dry brush around it to kind of give it, you know, that bright ambient light that you see in the movie. And yeah, it's just, man, this is a really cool figure. I'm very impressed with it. I do have a little bit of a paint booger there. It looks like somebody, actually looks like a thumbprint from whenever they must have been trying to paint something white on here anyway. But yeah, so everything on here looks pretty jam up. So we'll take a look at his articulation next. All right, guys, so he's got standard Marvel Legends articulation with the double jointed everything. What I'm going to really emphasize on is some of the new stuff that I really, really like. In particular, the shoulder pads. It's like they put it on a separate piece before the arm peg went into the torso. And what that allows to do is when you move his arm, you can actually move it 360. And look at that, the shoulder pads spin 360. Like, that's a great idea. They also did a better job hiding these double joints so they're not so rigid. They kind of you know, flow better with it. They got rid of those ugly cuts in the bicep, which is great. They still have not, in my opinion, they have not come up with an Iron Man figure that can do a solid ab crunch. I don't know why every Iron Man figure, it can bend backwards farther than you can go forward, but like Hasbro has got to figure that out because it makes it impossible for him to do the Iron Man pose. You know, the Iron Man stick the landing pose that everybody wants to, you know, you want to be able to show him off like that. The other thing I don't like about this is that there's a dumbbell joint in his neck, which sucks because he can't look up. That's all you get right there. That's it. That dumbbell joint. I mean, that's such like a old way, man, of putting that on there. I don't know why they just didn't do the traditional hinge, because even the Infinity War Iron Man, he could look up. So if you're doing a flight pose, you can see where he's going. Another a great thing, while I'm doting on this thing, is the hips. They finally figured it out. Every Iron Man figure could not sit down. Like, that's great. There's so many figures that couldn't do it, and how they did that was on the hip. They finally got pretty smart. So they actually put it's like it's a peg that actually has an articulation on the peg, so it's like they can move independently, which is perfect. So because what it does is it allows it to drop down and clear that cut in the in his pelvis there. But yeah, man, everything on this is pretty awesome. I look forward to being able to pose him and take some pretty cool pictures. Okay, so again, not to harp on the dumbbell joint, but this is exactly why I hate this. We finally get a figure that you can put in the Iron Man pose, right? But his head can't look up. So I purposely left the heads off so I could show you this. If this was the old style neck, you'd be able to rotate it up, and right there, bam, now you have it. But because this is not, it's limited with how far, oh man, it's tight in there. That's what she said. How far the helmet can go up. So you get him down in his pose, and that's all you got. He's looking down. So, you know, I know Hasbro watches these things. Certainly not my channel. It's so small. But with those, the guys who do this stuff for a living, golly, man, just listen and stop putting stuff on there that hinders the the articulation on these figures, man. We want them to be a little bit more articulate, honestly. But yeah, so as you can see, I put the rockets on his wrist there, so they just port in and out of that gauntlet. There's the hole for it. It comes with a cover, so you could, you know, if you don't want to have him have, you know, one of his weapons, you can just close it up, and it's pretty seamless. And again, I don't know what this thing is, but you know, somebody else recognizes what it is. I'm sure it's a weapon of some sort. I just don't remember what this thing did. But yeah, so there it is. You know, if you have any idea, just drop a comment in there and let me know. Refresh my memory. But so there. All in all, though, this is by far the best Iron Man figure that they've released. 100%. This is my new favorite Iron Man figure. The articulation, the paint apps, the accessories are cool, and it has come so far from 2008 when that Walmart line originally released the movie figures. This is just a great figure. I strongly recommend, if you're a collector or even a completist and you wanted all the different variants, that I would definitely get this 100%. All right, guys, that's a review. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you guys taking the time to check this out, check out my channel. Stay tuned for more content. And if you like what you see, subscribe. All right, thanks. See you next time.